Hi, I'm Larie, and welcome to your at-home 35-minute delt and glute strength workout. What you need today: dumbbells. Grab whatever you have handy. For resistance reference, I have a pair of 5, 8, 20-pound dumbbells, and then I have a single 25-pound and a single 30-pound dumbbell. I will always tell you what weight selection I'm using. Just remember though, you and I are different. So you may need to go heavier than what I am using in order to feel challenged, or you may need to go lighter than me in order to keep good form. Find a weight selection that feels challenging for you while maintaining great form throughout. You will also need a bench. If you don't have a bench, replace it with a sturdy chair. And if you don't have either of those, don't sweat it. I will be using this bench for stabilization, so one hand will just be bracing on that, so you could always find a different object or just not brace on an object, and that'll require more core stability. And then for our last superset, we will be using the bench for hip thrust, just to get us extra range of motion. If you don't have a bench, perform it on a mat, what's known as a bridge. It's the same exact movement pattern. The range of motion will just be a little limited compared to a hip thrust. And lastly, you will need a mat, and I'm definitely recommending some form of hydration, possibly a towel round as well. Here's today's format. We have strength superset. So we're going to superset delts with the glutes. We have 3 rounds per superset. It's repeating today. However, I'm going to switch it up. So when we're hitting some lateral raises, I'll be switching up the exercise. I'll be switching up the modality for squats. So there will be a little bit of a variation in between the supersets. We're also going to change up the time. First round for the superset, 75 seconds per exercise. Second round, 60 seconds per exercise. Third round will be 45 seconds per exercise. We get 15 seconds to transition in between every single exercise, and then after that third round, we get a 30-second rest and recovery period. Cues will be limited today. I am getting over something, so not a lot of talking for me today. I'm just going to get you to the move. Very limited, but helpful cues. So grab all your stuff and let's get to work. We're going to begin this workout with a 5-minute warm-up. If you don't want to do the warm-up, or if you've already warmed up, bypass 5 minutes. All right, we're going to begin with body weight prone shoulder presses to around the world. My head will be going on to the mat. Mike will be going off for a second. We will lift the hands, press it overhead, around the world, flip the grip, bring it back, and then press. You can rest right here, or you can keep the hands elevated throughout. This begins our warm-up prone shoulder press to around the world in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Side lying dumbbell external shoulder rotations are next. I'll be grabbing a 5-pound dumbbell in 3, 2, and 1. Grab your 5-pound dumbbell. We add a quarter rep at the top and then control it down. Only go as far as your range of motion will allow. Don't go too far to where your rib cage starts to flare. So keep that rib cage down, or just keep it still. We take it to the other side next in 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to flip sides, get into position. Anchor the elbow on top of the hip, and then just rep it out. Our final 2 exercises will be targeting your glutes, getting your glutes nice and warm. You can do that with body weight only. It's donkey kicks coming up. Or you can take a dumbbell. I'll be grabbing an 8-pound dumbbell and setting it behind my knee and really holding on to it. You got to be able to hold on to it though. You don't want it slipping out. Here we go, donkey kicks, left side. Grabbing my 8-pound dumbbell behind the left. Bring it up, quarter rep, bring it down. Squeeze glute again, control it down. Keep your hips level, sharp exhale to keep the core engaged throughout, but breathe through it. We'll take it to the other side in 3, 2, and 1. Switch the dumbbell out. Right side. Let's go. Last 3, 2, and 1. Now we begin the actual workout, and we begin with knee raises. I'll be using 8-pound dumbbells. Come to a standing position. Supinated grip. Think about making a semicircle with the hands. So try to limit those elbows bending. Let's go. As we take the dumbbells overhead, be sure to keep your rib cage stacked over pelvis so we do have slight core engagement. Fog up the mirror. That's what I mean by keeping the core engaged. That feeling you have when you fog it up, tension in the front of the abs. Keep it, but breathe through it. Last 3, 2, and 1. Next up, we have a sumo squat, slow. You can grab 2 dumbbells. I'll be grabbing just one 30-pound dumbbell. Slow tempo. 3 counts down, 2 count pause at the bottom. Heels and toes out. 3, 2, 1, 2 count hold. 3, 2, 1 as you press it up. Last 3, 2, and 1. All right, back to our lateral raise variation. 6-way raised. I'll be grabbing 8s. Keep your ribcage stacked over pelvis, especially when we bring it overhead. 6-part movement. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lateral raise, bring it together. Overhead, ribcage stays stacked over pelvis. Bring it back, out, and then down. Last 3, 2, and 1. All right, we go back to our squat. This time we have a goblet squat, 1 to a quarter rep. Quarter rep will be at the bottom. Anchor a 30-pound dumbbell to my chest. Feet about shoulder width. Let's go. Last 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, okay. Round 3, cutting it down to 45 seconds. We have a lateral raise with a pulse at the top. Grab 8s. Pulse at the top. Keep those upper traps down and away from the ears. Like you're pouring a glass of water out at the top. That'll help bias the medial delts. Take it out slightly in front of the body in the scapular plane. Compared to this is going to get more upper traps, not wrong. But if we take it out here, we may be able to bias the medial delts a little bit more. Last 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. We have a dumbbell low squat next, normal tempo. Feet are going to be shoulder width, toes point forward, dumbbell down low, normal tempo. In 3, 2, and 1. Everyone's range of motion will be different here. Not just in the knees, in the hips back as well. Last 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. All right. Next up, we have our compound movement. We have a pronated shoulder press slow. And then for the lower body exercises, they will all be performed on the left. Besides the last one, it'll be bilateral. Pronated shoulder press slow, I'll be using 20-pound dumbbells. Be sure to keep your rib cage stacked over your pelvis. Sharp exhale, keep that engagement throughout. Pronated grip. We go in 3, 2, and 1. So 1 count up, 3, 2, 1 as you lower. 1 count up, 3, 2, 1 as you lower. Be sure to not let your elbows go behind the body, or else your rib cage will flare out and it will look like this. So rib cage stacked over pelvis. Keep the elbows in line with the side or slightly in front of the body. Next up, we have a single leg RDL. We'll do it on the left side first in 3, 2, wow, and 1. I'll be grabbing 130-pound dumbbell, left leg grounds, right hand will have the dumbbell, and the left hand is going to help stabilize. So dumbbell in contralateral hand, core stays tight, hips go back, 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 and then drive it up. Slight rotation towards the toes. It's only a couple inches before bringing it back up. Hips back, hips forward. Rib cage stays still. If the rib cage flares, we have movement in our lumbar spine, and that's where we're gonna feel it. So sharp exhale, fog up the mirror. Keep that engagement. As we hinge it back, hinge it forward. Biasing your glute and your hamstring. Is also hitting that glute medius. That glute medius is a stabilizer. Last rep. Nice work. All right. Back to the 20-pound dumbbells. We have an Arnold press, but we're gonna add an uppercut when we take it down. Here we go. Bring it up. Let's take it to an Arnold press first. For to you to me. Take it down. Uppercut. To you to me. one. Feel right there, but feeling is a good thing. That means we are pushing it to the limit. Now we drop it, not the weight. 30 pounds is what I'm grabbing to a B stance RDL. Kickstand, 80% of the weight in the left foot, 20 in the right. Same movement pattern. Last 3, 2, and 1. Ooh. Okay, neutral grip shoulder press, 20 pounds is what I'm grabbing. Final round, 45 seconds. We can do this. Let's go. If it starts to get too heavy to where you're about to fail, add a little assistance from the legs. Three, 2, and 1. Okay. Wow, bilateral RDL. You can grab 2 weights on the same 30-pound dumbbell. Equal weight in both feet. Hips go back, hips go forward. Only 45 seconds. Three, 2, and 1. Nice work. All right. We've hit side delts. We've hit front delts. Now it's on to rear delts. We have a neutral grip hip hinge, rear delt fly, put her up at the top. I'll be starting with 8 pounds, but I'm gonna have those 5 pounds handy. Now when we have that hip hinge position, just like we do in the RDL, spine stays as neutral as possible. Keep some engagement in the front. Sharp exhale. All right, neutral grip. Here we go. Go around the beach ball. Quarter rep at the top. Try to limit the bouncing. The bouncing will want to happen, trust me. I do it sometimes, but we're targeting the back of the delt, the rear delt. So feel that portion, that muscle group, contract, then contract it again.
If you would keep me waiting, I would wait a lifetime. In tricky situations, I will be a lifeline. Nobody's meant to be fighting alone. That's why I'm taking you home. I never felt something like this before, no. Keep coming back for you time after time. Maybe I'm losing my mind, but I know I'll never leave you behind, no. Baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby,
Last 3,
I got you.
2, wow. and one. Down a little bit there. Okay, single leg RDL, right side. Left hand has the dumbbell. Right hand supports. Slight rotation towards the inside of your foot. It is very slight. So take it down. Bring it up. And instead of thinking down and up, think backwards and forwards. So hip goes back, hip comes forward.
Ocean in between us, still I feel your heartbeat. There's something about you, baby, that makes me feel complete. Nobody's meant to be fighting alone. That's why I'm taking you home. I never felt something like this before, I know. Keep coming back for your time after time. Maybe I'm losing my mind, but I know I'll never leave you behind, no. Baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the route, yeah, baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah.
Last 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now we have a reverse A-fly or a reverse V-fly. So we're gonna take the dumbbells back at about a 45-degree angle, like we're making a V with the arms. I'm gonna be using 5 pounds as we add a pause. Core stays tight, take it back, pause, bring it down. Back and pause, bring it down, different view. Last 3, 2, wow, and 1. B stands RDL, right side, a little drop version, but match the same weight you used on the left. 80% of the weight is in the right, 20 is in the left. Stabilize with this offhand. Let's go. It's not about how far you're taking the dumbbell down. Dumbbell is along for the ride. Once the hips stop going back, the dumbbell will stop going down. Dumbbells along for the ride. Motion is in the hips. Last 3, 2, and 1. Wow. Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh goodness. Okay. We have a hip hinge Y raise, normal tempo. So we're gonna be making a Y with arms. I'm gonna be using 5 pounds. Core stays tight, neutral spine. Last 3, 2, and 1. Okay, bilateral RDL to squat. I'm gonna be using one 30-pound dumbbell. I highly recommend just one dumbbell. We hinge it back and then we add a squat to it. So grab your dumbbell, we'll start at the top. Hinge back, knees bend, squat. So half RDL, half squat. And 1. All right, our next superset is a nice little isolated delt burnout. And we also have hip thrust. So if you have a bench, make sure that bench is flat. If you don't have a bench or a chair, perform the hip thrust on the mat. It's at this point in the workout, I'm a little delusional. Hip thrust, second part of the superset. Now we have a 4-way lateral raise, just like the 6-way, but only the first 2 parts of the movement. 2 + 2 = 4. I'm using 8 pounds to start. Just follow my lead. Here we go. Out to the side, in front, back out, and then down. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Medial delts, anterior delts, back to medial. Recover. Okay, single leg hip thrust, left side first. I'll be using an 8-pound dumbbell, but body weights is challenging too. So I may be dropping this. We'll see. We'll see. Find your top position first, all right? Gotta find it. Now we're hinging. Minimize the movement in the lumbar spine. If we're flaring the rib cage, going like this, lumbar spine is moving, we feel it there. If you don't have a bench, do it on the mat. You just won't get that extra stretch at the bottom. And if you're feeling it in your low back, it may just be your setup, the position of your body. You may be too down low on the bench, and that's going to want to put some hyperextension on the lumbar spine at the top. So just shimmy your way up. How's that feel? Position of the foot. Too far away. Hamstrings. Too close. All quads. Gotta find that sweet spot. Last 3, 2, wow, and 1. Okay, next up, front raise, 1 1/4 rep. I'll be starting with 8 pounds. Flip the grip from neutral to pronated at the top. Keep those upper traps down. Let's go. If it starts turning into a shrug, lower the weight selection. Very isolated movement here. It's not about how heavy we go, but where are we feeling it? Can we control it? Can we contract it? Three, two, and one. Match what you did on the left, on the right. 75 seconds for this one. Okay. Right side. We go. And 3, 2, and 1. If you put your thumb on the bottom of your rib cage and you put your index finger on that ASIS joint or the bony part of your hip, that space should stay consistent throughout. If we're flaring at the rib cage or we have a lot of movement in the lumbar spine, it's going to go up and down, up and down. So that's a good cue to give yourself to hinge from the hips and not from the low back. Tension in the core. Last 3, 2, and wow, 1. Ooh, cramp. Okay, here we go. Last shoulder delt workout, and it is lateral raises, iso hold at the top. Let's go. It should start to feel heavy by now. There should be a struggle. If not, next time, go with the 8s, go with the 10s. Last 3, 2, and 1. All right, this is it. This is it. Bilateral hip thrust, and then we go to a little burnout. I'll be using a 30-pound dumbbell, equal weight in both feet. And 3, 2, and 1. Hold at the top and pulse in 3, 2, and 1. Just pulse. This is our burnout. Every 15 seconds we change. Half range of motion, halfway up, all the way up. Halfway down, all the way up. Pulse at the top. Let's go. Take the pulses to the bottom. Let's go. All the way down, halfway up. Full range of motion, normal tempo. Pulse at the top. Let's go. We hold in 3, 2, 1, 15-second hold. Last 3, 2, and 1. We're going back to lateral raises. We have 15-second switch up and change my timer real quick. Here we go. I'm going back to the 8s. I should have gone with 8s. First round. Here we go. We're going back to the iso hold at the top. Every 15 seconds we switch. Bilateral in 3, 2, and 1. Hold at the top and switch. Bilateral. Final 30 seconds, full range of motion. We'll start to turn into partials for our final 15 seconds. Partials, halfway up and down. This is what we're ending with. Constant tension in the medial delts. Come on, we got this. Last 3, 2, and 1. Now we're done. Now we're done. Ooh, I'm okay with the bouncing at the end. When we're pushing it to failure, it's okay. It's okay as long as we're not using muscles and feeling any sort of discomfort. I mean, we're feeling discomfort there. Okay, enough of me talking. Let's stretch. Let's stretch. Okay, we're gonna come to the mat in a prone position. One hand out to the side. Ooh. And let's stretch those shoulders. Ooh, a little kickstand with the foot. Stretch pulse it. Now this is going to be enough of a stretch for the majority of us. But if you're like, oh, I'm not feeling that much in the anterior portion of my delt, what you can do, come out of it, bend at the elbow, then go back into it. That's a bigger stretch for me. And breathe. When you're ready, come out of it. Other side, left arm straight, kick it over. Pulse it. If you did it on the other side, come out of it, hinge at the elbow, bend it, wow, and then go back into it. This side's pretty tight. You may have one side that's a little tighter than the other. Show it some more love. And when you're ready, come out of it, flip over to the back, figure 4 stretch. So let's start with the left, cross left ankle over right quad, push it back. So we're going to be driving that knee forward that way. Right knee comes in, you'll already feel a stretch in the glutes. Grab hold of the space in between the legs that you just created on the hamstring. Now with your left elbow, push against the inner thigh, and then with the hands, pull it in. So inhale, push the left elbow against left inner thigh. On the exhale, draw it in. Once you feel a big stretch, just hold and breathe. Now keep the position of the feet, release the hands, and then take it over to a little spinal twist with these figure 4 legs. The left leg will want to collapse inwards. Just keep drawing it forward, and then take your hand to your left hip and spin it down. When you're ready, come out of it, other side. On the inhale, push against the right inner thigh with the right elbow. On the exhale, pull it in. Inhale, push. Exhale, pull. Inhale, push. Exhale, pull and hold. Not the breath, just the pose. Keep the position of the feet. Release the hands. Take those feet off and over. You might have to scoot over or move your dumbbells out of the way. Draw that leg forward. Take your right hand to your right hip. Spin it down. And when you're ready, come out of it. Legs go long. Come to your belly. Press off. Upward facing dog, big deep inhale. Exhale, keep the hips aligned. Walk it forward with one hand. Unilateral puppy pose. On the other side, left arm forward, spin it. Quick stretch. Let's get into those hip flexors real quick, then we'll be done. Left hand reaches up and over. Right hip back, left hip forward. Woo. And let's take it to the other side. If your body is craving more stretches, I will link some below. I'll also link some great little add-ons, some ab workout if you want an ab workout, cardio, and then some more upper body if you want to hit some back. Okay. Nice work today. As long as you tried your best, that is what matters the most. Thank you so much for working out with me today. Your love and support means the world. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this with a friend, tag me in your post on IG @Larie Midkiff, and most importantly, have an amazing rest of the day, my friends. You rock.